High above the red rocks and endless desert, something ancient circles, its wings stretched wider than a small plane. When they beat, the sky answers with thunder. When its eyes flash, lightning follows. It's not a myth from forgotten times. People still see them, huge, eagle-like shadows sweeping over Arizona and New Mexico. Welcome to Whispers in the Static. I'm Kimiko, coming to you from the Southwest, where the legends feel close enough to touch. Tonight, we're chasing the Thunderbird. Massive birds with wingspans that defy belief, tied to Native American power and possibly prehistoric survivors still riding the thermals. So stay tuned and maybe keep one eye on the sky.
Warning, the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Kimiko is here to bring you fear of the unknown. So sit back, grab a snack, get your favorite drink. It's time to blow your mind. Make you think about the spooky stuff. Whisper, whisper in the static.
Hello, creepy crawlers, desert dreamers, and seekers of the unexplained. Whispers in the Static is your auditory sanctuary for cryptids, folklore, and the thin places where worlds overlapped. I'm broadcasting from Arizona, where the saguaro stands sentinel and the mountains hold secrets. And tonight, the Thunderbird, not the car, not the Air Force Squadron, the living legend, an enormous bird reported right here in our backyard and across the Southwest. We'll explore ancient stories, modern sightings, wild theories, and what it all means. So grab something warm, maybe a flashlight, and let's take flight. The Thunderbird isn't a new invention. For countless Native American nations, it's a powerful spirit being. In the Pacific Northwest, it's deeply woven into art and stories, but it appears across the continent, including strong ties in the Southwest among Pueblo, Navajo, Hopi, and other peoples. Descriptions vary, but the core is consistent. An immense bird whose wing flaps create thunder, those eyes shoot lightning, and whose presence brings storms that nourish the earth or punish those who deserve it. Some tales say it carries whales or battle underwater serpents. In southwestern lore, it's often a protector or a force of nature, raw power. Petroglyphs and rock art across Arizona and New Mexico show large winged figures. And for many tribes, the Thunderbird symbolizes strength, renewal, and respect for the natural world. These aren't just monster stories. They're sacred. We should approach them with that in mind. The Thunderbird reminds us that the land has its own guardians. So let's fast forward to the Old West. One of the most famous Thunderbird tales comes from right here in Arizona. On April 26, 1890, the Tombstone Epitaph reported that two cowboys, or ranchers, near the Huaca and Whetstone Mountains shot and killed a monstrous flying creature. They described it as having an alligator-like head, smooth skin, bat-like membranous wings, and an enormous body. The wingspan? Well, reports claim anywhere from massive barn width to wildly exaggerated numbers like 160 feet in some retellings. They supposedly dragged it into town, where the locals posed with the carcass. A photograph was allegedly taken, but it never surfaced, and many consider the whole story a tall tale typical of frontier newspapers. But it refuses to die. Now, similar giant bird reports trickled in from the late 1800s onward across the Southwest and beyond. Whether fact or embroidered legend, it lit the fuse for modern interest. Sightings didn't stop in the 19th century. In the deserts and skies of Arizona and New Mexico, people still report massive birds, often described as dark, eagle or vulture-like, with wingspans of 15 to 30 plus feet, far bigger than any known condor or eagle. Some accounts mention them carrying off livestock or even appearing during storms. Others describe them soaring silently on the thermals over canyons. There are reports of multiple birds together, casting shadows like small planes. I've heard stories from listeners in the region, ranchers seeing something blot out the sun, drivers pulling over as an enormous shape glides low overhead. One Arizona hiker described a bird so large its wings created a downdraft strong enough to stir dust. Share your own encounters. I might read them in the future. These aren't always dramatic attacks, and sometimes it's just a moment that just can't be real when something too big passes overhead. So what could they be? Let's weigh out the possibilities, okay? Theory 1. Surviving prehistoric giants. So some point to teratorns, extinct giant birds related to condors with wingspans up to 20 plus feet that lived alongside early humans. A retlic population hiding in some, remote areas. It's a stretch with no solid fossils in recent strata, but the idea lingers. Plesiosaur survivors get mentioned too, the leathery wing descriptions, but that's even less likely given the timeline. Theory 2, misidentification or exaggeration. Large known birds like the California condors, reintroduced in Arizona. Turkey vultures or golden eagles can look enormous in the right light or at distances. Heat haze, perspective, and fear amplify sizes, and some sightings could be just, thinking that they're escaped exotic birds. Maybe, but I don't know. Theory 3, supernatural or interdimensional things. So, tying back to the legend, spirit beings that appear when needed, or something beyond science entirely. I'm a skeptic at heart, but a wonderer by nature. The consistent reports over decades in a region with vast empty spaces keep the mystery alive. Real giant birds once existed. Could one lineage have hung on? Or is it in our minds that we're just filling the sky with what the land remembers? The Thunderbird soars through pop culture, comics, movies, art, and even car names. It's a symbol of power for many. In the Southwest, it connects us to deep history and the wild places that are untamed. For me, living here, it's a reminder that no matter how much we map and explore, the desert can still surprise us. And maybe that's the real magic. So we've flown through legends and sightings and theories on the Thunderbird. Whether spirit, survivor, or shadow on the wind, it keeps us looking up. So thanks for joining me in the Static, friends. Lock your doors, but leave your senses of wonder open. Subscribe, share, whatever. And you know what? I'll see you next time. This is Kimiko signing off from Whispers in the Static. Keep listening and watch those skies.
Warning, the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.